Hello guys, welcome to London. We are here today to go and visit some venues that are embracing the tech side of the event industry. Pleased to be invited here by Paul Black from London Convention Bureau. Hi Paul, how are you?
Good to see you, Neil. Yeah, good, thanks. How you doing? You're good?
Really good, yeah. Looking forward to today. Do you want to tell us a bit about what we're going to be doing?
We're really excited to go around a couple of venues in London that have really showed how first and foremost they've created a safe environment for events, but also how they've invested in their technology, whether it's in-house or working with partners, to really showcase their hybrid capabilities, because that is going to be a big thing as we sort of navigate out of this period. So we're great to see a good, strong variety of different venues all across London.
Yeah, personally really exciting for me because I love the tech side of things. But not only that, I mean, it's going to be really useful to the people watching as well who have to embrace all this technology now, not only now, but in the future, right? It's not just for now whilst we can't do live events, it's for once we get back as well.
Absolutely, and it's for all of us as well to, everyone, all upskilling, all learning different tricks, and, our venues will give us some really good sort of top tips in terms of how they go about organising, these events that can broadcast, out to sort of wider audiences.
Yeah, really interesting to see the different things that people are doing and, give people ideas as well. So I am really looking forward to it. We've even brought the weather as well.
Weather's great, might be a bit cool, but all good.
Right guys, so we'll catch you, this is the first leg and we'll see you soon. Guys, this is Neil Thompson from the Delegate Wranglers here at Tobacco Dock in conjunction with London Convention Bureau, talking to Charlotte Smart, Head of Sales from Tobacco Dock here. How are you, Charlotte?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really good. I'm so happy that we're here in the Dock Gallery looking at this fantastic tech setup you've got here.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have set up 2 hybrid studios, one as you can see in the Dock Gallery and one in our larger space, the Great Gallery. They're designed to be kind of ready to go plug and play spaces. So we've got large LED screens, so 7 metres here, 16 metres in the Great Gallery. And all the kind of cameras, lighting, sound, data connectivity that you need for a good hybrid event, really.
So have you had to adapt your venue to kind of bring all that to this?
Yeah, exactly. So naturally we're a dry hire venue and therefore we don't have an awful lot of AV in place. However, obviously now that that's a priority and lead times are becoming shorter and people need something that's a bit more ready to go, that's what we've adapted here.
That's absolutely fantastic. That's what I want to say about it. I love it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the team worked really hard on it and we kind of said early doors that we didn't want to bury our head in the sand. We wanted to kind of continue to be innovative and put ourselves out there like we normally do. And therefore we got our heads together and have worked hard on this since March. Don't wait too long. I think it's important that you get on the front foot with this. There are lots and lots of clients that are going to do the same, and those that do it first and do it well will be those that are remembered. So speak to your venues and your partners and see how you can put on an event as soon as possible.
Here we are at the Barbican Centre, really happy to be here to see another venue embracing the current situation, developing the tech around that. Happy to be joined by Jenny Waller of the Barbican, who's the Head of Sales here, and also Graham Massey from Jacobs Massey. Hi guys, how are you?
Yep, good, thank you.
Very, very good. So Jenny, do you want to tell us a bit about how you guys have adapted to the current situation in terms of the tech offering that you're doing?
Yeah, of course. So at the moment we're sat in one of our auditoriums set up as if we were in a hybrid event. And kind of during the process we've worked with Graham and the team at Jacobs Massey to kind of enhance our already quite extensive tech on site, just to make sure that we can offer those events to people who can't necessarily host fully live events and they can still reach their audiences.
We've worked with Barbican for over 20 years, I think it is, in providing crew for live events, but obviously in the new environment landscape that we all find ourselves in, what we've done, we've developed a remote broadcast studio that can be deployed anywhere within the Barbican to facilitate and enable hybrid events.
So Jenny, how should event organisers, think about planning their budget differently if they're doing an event here, for example?
Yeah, sure. Of course, we are fully aware that budgets have changed and priorities have changed within the new realm that we have to run events, and that priorities may be put more towards the kind of tech element to reach that the virtual delegates, and we fully respect that, and we want to work with our clients for more of a partnership as opposed to a simple buyout, so then we can adapt what we serve and what we offer to work within their budget to make sure that they're happy at the end of the day as well.
In our experience, clients obviously are concerned about spend in the current environment. So what we've done, worked very closely with the Barbican to essentially create a number of packages for hybrid events, so that depending on which level of package you decide to choose, how much spend to commit to the tech. So without worrying about every single eventuality or every element of that technical input, you can select a package.
Yeah, I think that's important to know as well, because not everybody's got the same budget or the same requirements, so it's good to know that there are different levels of support that you can get to fit every budget, I guess.
Yeah, and that can not only from the tech in terms of the catering, we've adapted that to be more of a kind of a grab and go, and then we would offer additional spaces to accommodate the socially distanced capacity. So we are fully respectful of that, and we will work with our clients and to the utmost to make sure that it works for everybody. Make sure that you have pre-planning meetings ahead of the event.
We're here at CCT Venues, next of our venues to be looking at the tech aspect and what they're bringing at the current climate at the moment. Very delighted to be talking to Caroline Bull, founder and CEO of CCC Venues. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming today.
Oh no, thanks for inviting us. I'm really excited to hear about what you've done here. So with that in mind, just let us know a bit of how you've adapted to the current climate, and what the hybrid kind of equipment that you've installed lately to embrace that.
Hybrid events aren't anything new, and we've been live streaming events and doing bits of video conferencing for many years, along with other people. Yeah. But since the COVID breakout, obviously there's a new emphasis on the importance of technology in events, particularly while audiences have to be small. So we've entered into partnerships and invested in our technology to take it to the next level. Yeah. So today you're in our new hybrid studio.
It's amazing.
Thank you very much. We're running it in partnership, and we're able that way to offer a much more professional, slick approach. So we can do everything from a sort of standard event which is streamed to an external audience, to a very high-end polished event backed up with all the services you could possibly need.
Oh, fantastic, and the screen's amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're delighted with it.
There are lots of free online platforms at the moment. What have you guys got here that can kind of convince people to come here and use what you've got to offer, rather than using one of those online platforms?
Yeah, sure. Well, historically, going on an event is a treat. It's exciting. It's about getting out of the office, and it's the same for doing a free event at home. You can sit there with a free platform, but you're going to have the cat running across the kitchen table, children pulling at your legs, or spilling your soup over it. And what we're saying is, come to a venue like us, and you get the same experience but we can add a professionalism to that and also a production quality. And I think that's what we're trying to say to differentiate on that. There's nothing wrong with free hybrid platforms, but they're never going to give you the same experience. And events are all about experience. It's about, you know, the whole package.
It's horses for courses, isn't it? It's, you know, that is very good for some things, but I think what you offer is peace of mind and that kind of
and
thing.
you're getting the expertise from our team as well. So we were expert, you know, providing lunches, providing reception services, providing drinks receptions. But now what we're saying is if you want a live hybrid event, we're going to provide the expertise on that now as well. So you've got complete peace of mind that your event will be a success and you shouldn't have any problems.
Work out your objectives. Work out what it is that you're trying to achieve from your event. That's the most important thing. Once you've done that, everything else can fall into place. Thank you.
We are at IET London Savoy Place for the next leg of our journey around London, looking at venues that have embraced technology, moving into this hybrid world. And I'm really happy to be talking to Tom Bennett, Business Development Manager. How are you, Tom?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for having us over. So tell us how you guys have, you know, adapted to the current needs of the, you know, the events world at the moment, you know, in relation to hybrid events and what you've had to do to the venue to kind of adapt it and things.
Sure. We've had to adapt in two ways, really. Firstly, from a health and safety perspective, we've had to implement a whole host of things to help us be COVID secure. So we've got a one-way system around the building to help people socially distance, signage everywhere to help with that as well, hand sanitizer stations next to each lift and in meeting rooms. And we've installed 4 new water machines, which are great. They're contactless, completely contactless, and we encourage delegates to bring their own bottles and they can just fill them up on the machine and happy days. So all these things, as well as, you know, some new risk assessments, all published on our website for our kind of clients to look at. So the other side of it is then kind of the technological side to help our venues and meeting spaces be kind of hybrid ready. But actually we're very fortunate, we're very lucky that being you know, the institution of engineering and technology, it was all here already. You know, we were ready kind of for hybrid events, we've been running hybrid events for a long time.
You were on the front foot with that stuff anyway.
Exactly, you know, our events team based at the head office, they run kind of conferences and lectures all over the world. When they're in London, obviously they use us. But they've always recorded and streamed their content anyway. So being kind of their home venue, we made sure that all our lecture theatres and meeting spaces have got cameras all built in, which is great. So in this lecture theatre example, the cameras are built in. You've got 2 on the stage and 1 at the back in the projection booth. So we can live stream from this theatre to any other space in the whole building, but also then to the web really easily as well.
And what's the name of this theatre?
This is our Kelvin Lecture Theatre.
I've got to say, this room, for anybody who hasn't been there out there, this room is amazing. So
come and have a look.
You need to check it out.
But yeah, this is our biggest kind of lecture theatre. A second one on the second floor is our touring lecture theatre, and again that has all the equipment built in. Our AV team are in-house, which helps, so they're on site all times, kind of supporting and getting us kind of ready. We also have an in-house broadcasting and video production team, IET.TV. And they obviously are very well rehearsed, and it's their job to kind of film content and stream it live. And they've been fantastic. So mainly the work we've been doing is working with them to create some really easy packages that we can provide to our clients to help provide a really easy solution to turn their event
Wow, you've got some amazing things there. That's amazing to hear all that you've got. So event organisers, when they're planning a meeting, you know, do they have to consider, you know, the budget, the changes to the budget, because it might come to a venue like yours to put on a hybrid event? Sure.
Obviously the budget needs to be there to run an event, whatever event that is, whether it's a virtual, a hybrid or a physical event. But we're very happy to work with the clients to suggest where best their budget goes, if that makes sense. There will be an element where you need to kind of invest in some more technology, some AV. obviously being that ours is all in-house and all built in, it's actually probably minimal compared to some other venues.
Yeah.
But yes, you need to kind of factor in perhaps a little bit more for the AV side that you perhaps wouldn't have done for a physical event. But cost savings wise, we're offering a 30% discount all our room hire, basically giving everyone 30% more space. And we have temporarily removed any kind of minimum catering spend requirement on events. As we know, if there's less people in the venue, then there's less need for catering. So you're going to save a huge amount there. But definitely invest in the tech anyway. Whether it's a virtual event, a physical event, invest in the tech. You set out in advance how your delegates are going to ask questions. I've been to many online conferences where questions have come via email, through text, on the chat function of whatever streaming platform you're using. If you set out in advance how they ask their question and you be concise with that, you can guarantee not to miss one.
So we're really delighted to be here at Church House Westminster. I'm talking to Business Development Manager Marina Papadopoulou.
Welcome at the Church House Westminster.
Thanks for having us. Do you want to tell us a bit about the venue?
Of course. Church House Westminster is a Grade 2 listed building with 19 versatile spaces. We are right opposite the Westminster Abbey with a good connection of all the public transports, as you can imagine. The building is the headquarters of the Church of England, and every year we are hosting the General Synod. But it's worth mentioning here that the type of events varies from conferences, meetings, gala dinners, parties, Christmas parties as well. Yes.
And can I just say what a knockout venue it is? The location, everything, amazing.
Thank you very much.
Hi Bradley, how are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, good. Do you want to tell us how you guys have had to adapt to the current situation, the current climate, with the need for hybrid events and that kind of things?
Okay, I mean, I'll bring you sort of up to speed. We've always had the ability to do hybrid events here. Yeah. With our system, we can get up to 10,000 people.
Wowza.
Yeah, on our licenses. But we are open to use MS Teams, Skype, Zoom, everybody calls it Zoom now. But no, the guys are willing and ready to go. Yeah, sure, and you've got an amazing screen and an amazing setup here anyway, haven't you? I mean, it's a great place to come, great place to work, and a great place to do events. Obviously, some event organisers have got a lot of choice of different options now, a lot of free options, they can do Zoom and things from home. And obviously budget is a consideration. How are you guys tackling that approach, with organisers and clients?
Well, what we've done is we've rolled out an offer where we include your hybrid element of your event for free in your main plenary room in Church House. Yeah. So that makes it easy in itself, but the added bonus of that is that our AV is actually in-house. So our entire audiovisual production team is in-house. So you've got the expertise combined with the offer then. Consider both audiences. You've got an online audience and a live audience. These two audiences have very different expectations, but also limitations. Make sure that you cater for both event experiences.
So Paul, here we are at the end of the day. What a fantastic day we've had going around these venues in London. Any thoughts?
Brilliant day. I think, great day. Great to be out, isn't it? Seeing, so many partners. I think, one thing that really stuck is, the health and safety. It was all seamless, wasn't it?
Absolutely brilliant, easy to do, straightforward. You felt really reassured.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no anxiety. It was all very clear instructions. So that was great. Going to those venues, and then, the technology. Like it's all, for many of us, myself included, it's a big learning curve, isn't it? Understanding all the technology and the different techniques. And I think the big take home for me is that you have experts at all the venues to really support you on that journey. And whether it's actually in-house or whether it's working in partnership with a production company or whether it's some of our brilliant event agencies that we have in London and the UK, we have all that expertise. And I think it's great and it's reassuring. London, we have We're home to so many brilliant businesses, you know, and that is why we will attract hybrid events, because we have the great audience here to host those live attendees, but then we have the infrastructure to then broadcast to the world. So,
and what came across as well was the, you know, the number of different options that you could do for each of the venues. You know, it wasn't just this is our one option at all. You know, depending on your budget, the scope of your event, they could adapt. They were malleable. It was really good to see. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for coming on this journey around London with us. I hope you've really enjoyed it. We've had a great day, so hope you've all learned a little bit more about some of these venues, and we'll catch you for the next one.
London.
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 London,
Your global
Hybrid
studio.